44. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Congratulations. That's good. Okay, David, are you ready?
I am.
Okay. Turned over to there.
No, she's elected it.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Here I am again. Last month I told y'all I felt like I'd let everyone down because we didn't have a speaker. Well, today we have two. And I might as well tell you, I haven't had a whole bunch of luck getting door prizes. When I did this with RSVP, like, here, take it. You want the microphone? Want this, want a table, chair? Take it. Not so much today. But we have a young lady here from Walgreens. And her name is Young O. Y-O-U-N-G-H-O-H. O-H. She's a graduate of Drake University in Iowa. She started working at Walgreens right out of the pharmacy school in 2015. And she's been here in Prattville since 2017. I'm proud to introduce Young O.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm just going to talk about immunization today because I could not find a common subject that everybody could be interested in, and this is a subject that I'm really, really passionate about. So hopefully everybody wants to learn more about vaccination and immunization today. Alrighty. So, I'm gonna actually, there's so many different types of immunizations nowadays. I don't even keep track of everything, but I do have 4 big ones that I want you guys to know about, and hopefully you want to know more about to be better protected. So the first one is gonna be the pneumococcal vaccination. Does anybody have any idea what it means by pneumococcal? Pneumococcal?
Sounds sexy.
That's right. It has to do with pneumonia. So this is a bacteria that can cause pneumonia, commonly known as lung infection. But not just the lung infection, it can also cause your ears to ache, so ear infection. In some worst cases, the bacteria goes into your lung and it can spread into your blood, which in case your blood can be infected too, and that can travel into your brain and cause your brain to be infected, which in case it's called meningitis. So this is some pretty serious stuff. Everybody knows about pneumonia, but I'm not sure if everybody is aware that there are ways to be protected from pneumonia. So about 18,000 older adults die due to having this kind of pneumococcal diseases. So we do recommend that people should be protected from this disease because it can kill people. So they do recommend that if you are over 65, everybody should be protected. And if you have lung condition like COPD or asthma, you should also be protected. So is there anybody who have diabetes here or COPD or asthma? You guys should be a definite candidates. Also along going with the fact that people who are over 65, you guys all need to get one too. Also, if there are any active smokers here, your lungs, you're just at a greater risk of having any kind of lung infection. So they also recommend to get it if you're over 65, you have lung condition, or you have sugar problems like diabetes, or if you are a smoker. So who should not get these shots? If you've ever had a life-threatening reaction, like you went to the ER because you couldn't breathe, then you should not get these shots. So there are 2 different types of pneumonia shot that we do recommend. They used to recommend only one type of shot, but recently, about 4 or 5 years ago, they changed it. They're like, oh, people are getting too many pneumonias. We want to make sure that they're better protected. Let's go ahead and figure a way, and they added one more. So first one is going to be a Prevnar 13. 13 means that it covers 13 different strains of the bacteria. And then the second one is going to be Pneumovax 23. 23 means that it covers 23 different strains of the bacteria. So overall, there may be some overlaps between different bacteria that each shot covers, but you are overall covered in a lot of different pneumococcal diseases when you get these. But there are different dosing schedules that are considered when you get it. Let's say that you go to the doctor's office and they're like, hey, you're over 65, you need to get a pneumonia shot. And then they just tell you to go to the pharmacy and get a shot. So what we normally tell people is that if you've ever gotten a pneumonia shot about 5 years ago, then you've never had a newer one, which is the Prevnar 13, the one with the 13 different strains of the virus. So in that case, you will only get 1 dose of the Prevnar 13, and you're done. Since you've already had the older one, the 23, about 5 years ago, so that's it. But let's say that you've never had any kind of pneumonia shot, then you get the new one first. Get the Prevnar 13 first, and you wait at least 1 year and get the next one, which is Pneumovax 23, and you're done for life. Only those 2. And normally, your insurance will cover all of these because, they don't want you to be hospitalized. When you're hospitalized, they're going to pay more money. So to save themselves money, they're going to pay almost always 100% on these shots. So if you have not gotten your pneumonia shots, we do recommend you guys to get it. Any questions so far about the pneumonia
Yeah,
shot?
suppose you're 88 and you've had a sore throat, cough for 3 weeks and you can't quite shake it. Where do you go to have that checked? I've been through. I got doctors in every gland in my body, and that's not. How does a person?
So what I would normally recommend is that you need to go ahead and follow up with your family physician if you do have a family physician.
Yeah.
But let's say that doctors are so busy and they can't fit you in, that it depends on your insurance plan. So personally, my insurance plan with Walgreens, they don't cover me to go see a doctor at the ER. But they do cover me to go see a doctor at an urgent care, like AFC nearby. So for my case, I would have to go to the urgent care. But I don't know what kind of insurance that you have, sir. So it just depends on what's covered and what's not covered with your insurance. But let's say that you've been having symptoms. You just cannot shake it off. You want to be seen right away. You cannot be fit in with your family physician. Then definitely try to see if you're covered with the ER or if you're covered with the urgent care. It just depends on how it works. If you have any questions, you should definitely call your insurance plan. If it's a Medicare, I'll go ahead and call your Medicare plan and see which copay will be more favorable for you. Because I don't want to just say one or the other and have you pay more when you go to the urgent care or when you go to the ER. Any other questions?
On the 13 one, the older shot,
The newer shot is 13.
I thought the new one was 23.
23 is the older one. 13
Oh,
is
okay,
the
then
newer
I've
one.
gone backwards. All right. Do you have to have the old one every 5 years?
No, so older one, once you turn 65, you just get one and that's it. But
Okay.
let's say that you've got one before you turn 65, then you have to wait at least 5 years before you get the next one. But you get one after 65 and you're done for life.
All right,
Yeah.
okay, so I've had the old one. Now I need to get the new one.
Yes, ma'am.
The 14,
The 13.
the 13,
Yeah,
I'm
13.
sorry, I misspoke, the 13.
Yes.
So the 13 is the newest.
Yes, 13 is the newest. 23 is the old. If you had already 23, then all you need is the newer one. You don't need to get another old one if you were at least 65. But let's say that you got a dose of the older one when you were 64, and then you've turned 65, then you have to wait at least 5 years to get that 23. So the next time you get it will be the 69, if you're 60.
And then the new one, you don't have to have it one time.
Just one time and you're done. Yeah, of course. Any other questions on the
We
pneumonia?
wait 5 years, John.
Okay.
Alrighty, so second runner up is gonna be shingle shot. So I'm sure everybody knows what shingles is. I'm just gonna-
Shingles?
Shingles.
Okay.
Yeah, shingles.
Can everybody hear? Let me see if I can get this down here.
Okay, so the next one I'm gonna talk about is a shingle shot. Does anybody here have any idea on what shingles is? Yes?
Bad.
You had it. Okay, can you go ahead and explain what it is? Can you tell me what shingles is?
It's a virus, it was little red bumps and it went around my waist and all.
Uh-huh.
It can be those places, and you have it on your face.
Yeah, you
your
have it
eyes.
everywhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So this shingles virus, this is exactly the same virus that causes chicken pox. Does anybody here have chicken pox when you're little? Okay. If you've had chicken pox, then you have that virus in your body forever for the rest of your life. It does not go anywhere, but it stays inactive, just hiding away, looking for an opportunity for it to come back. Once it comes back, that's called shingles. So the symptoms that you may have, it may be similar to the back in those days when you guys had chicken pox. So the first time you have this virus, it's called chicken pox. The second time around you have it, it's called shingles. I don't know why they named it differently, but it is what it is. It's just called shingles. I don't know why. So this is a virus that can cause very painful skin rashes with blisters, like you guys said. It can occur on any part of the body, including your face, your eyes. Sometimes it can occur in your organs too, not just like outside, but it can occur internally. Like my dad, he had shingles about a year ago, and he was like, oh, this is something's weird, my stomach has been hurting, it's been going on for a while, something's not right. So he went to the doctor, and then they're like, oh, this is a very odd case, you have a shingles inside of your stomach.
Wow.
Yeah, so it can literally occur anywhere, like right here, she said that, some people get it in your eyes. I've known somebody, he was in his 20s, he got it inside of his eyes, he almost went blind. So this is pretty serious stuff that we're talking about. So other than the skin rashes, you can also get fever, feeling achy, feeling like you have fever, not fever, flu-like symptoms sometimes. It can heal within 2 to 4 weeks with proper treatment, but once it happens, it will come back. I don't know why. It's like your immune system is being attacked by this virus, and then let's say that you're feeling tired a little, and you're just stressed out, something's going on within your life, it will come back. My pastor that I had in college, she started having these symptoms like about 4 years ago, and she went on a mission trip. She was real tired, not eating real well. She starts getting them like every 2 to 3 months. It's pretty painful stuff that's going on.
Every 2 or 3 months?
Yeah. In some cases, if your immune system is really weak and you're not eating well, and you're not resting well, it will come back very commonly. So it's not uncommon to see people having it like throughout the year multiple times. So it's something that we really don't want this to happen because it's really, really, really painful. I've never had it, but my dad was like, oh, so painful. And 1 in 5 people, pain continues even after the rash is gone. Because the virus, it attacks your nerve endings and it damages on the nerve endings. It's normally not reversible. So a lot of people complain of the residual pain for the rest of their life once the shingles happen. And about 1 million people each year get them. So we want to make sure to be protected from this. We want to make sure that it doesn't happen. So they did develop some new shots. They did have an older shot that wasn't as effective. Maybe it was effective 50% of the times. So they're like, 50% is not good enough. We're gonna make something that's better than 50%. So they came out with a newer shot. It's called Shingrix. They do claim that it's about 90% effective in protecting people from having shingles again. So it's in pretty high demand. The manufacturers don't really make them a lot. So it's been really hard with everybody, doctor's offices, pharmacies, getting them. Like at my pharmacy, we were out of stock on it for maybe at least good 4 or 5 months. We just got some in today. Don't know how long it's gonna last. So it's in high demand, very hard to get. But Shingrix, it has a dead virus in there to protect you guys. Zostavax is an older type of vaccination. That's more common to get it. It's really easy to get it, but it's a live virus. So the difference is that the virus that's still active and it can cause shingles and chickenpox, that's in the vaccination instead of the dead ones. So Zostavax, not as good, but Neuron, a lot better. But the thing is, Zostavax, you only get 1 dose of it and you're done. Neuron, Shingrix, you have to get 2 of them. So you will have to get 1 dose, and then you have to wait at least 2 to 6 months and get it. But since manufacturers are not making them enough, let's say that you are waiting for it, you haven't had a chance to get another 2nd dose for 6 months. What they're saying is that it's okay. You don't have to start all over again. You can go ahead and get your 2nd dose as soon as possible. You don't have to get another 1st and 2nd dose again. Just get it as soon as possible. So if you guys not, let's say that, is there anybody who's got shingle shot here? Anybody?
Okay. So how often do you have to have it?
That's it. Just 2 doses and that's it. So
Okay,
you
but
get
if you had
one
old shingle shot,
old shingle shot, you will have to get the new one
you
again.
have to get the new one.
Yeah, the new one
And
again.
you still have to get both 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. 2 of them.
Now, when did the new one come out?
Around last year spring. So it's been about a year.
And your doctor has to recommend it before you can come to the
No,
pharmacy.
so
and get it?
at the pharmacy, the Alabama law is that unless there is a certain type of immunization that's not recommended for your age group, you can come to pharmacy and pretty much get any kind of immunization, which includes Shingrix. Yeah. So if you have gotten your older type of shingle shot, have not gotten the new one, you guys still need to get the 2 dose. Yeah. So with the common side effects though, people say that it hurts a lot when they get it in the arm. Yeah, lots of bruises, swelling, redness, tenderness, but it goes away within about a week, maximum 2 weeks. So I would say, 2 weeks of feeling, a little bit of soreness in your arm is a lot better than lifetime of shingles. Any questions on the shingle shot? All right. So the next one.
Is it predominantly one gender or is it non-biased?
Say it
The
again?
shingle?
Shingle shot, is it just, you have one for women and one for men, or?
Oh, no.
Everybody takes the same
No.
shot?
Gender doesn't matter, but the age doesn't matter. They recommend to get it if you're at least 50. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody needs to get it. If you're over 50, you're good to go. You just go to any of the pharmacy and ask for it if they have it in stock, which I don't know.